Every year for the last 23 years on the 4th of July, the VHPA holds a reunion in various locations across America. This year, the get-together was held in Washington, D.C. for the second time at the Marriott Hotel. Of course, 2006 was quite different. It was actually monumental. 3,300 people were in attendance, and 2,200 of those were Vietnam helicopter pilots. With an intensely packed, fun-filled 5-day itinerary set up by the coordinator Linda Irvine and the VHPA committee, they saw it fit to document it via video from start to finish. So get ready, grab a drink, and get comfortable, for the most memorable event the VHPA has ever seen begins right now.
This is so beautiful.
No time in the history of our country had we ever been subjected to having the battlefront brought into our living rooms in living color.
Original wine.
And I just hope that all of these people don't forget that.
Day 1, Friday, June 30th, 2006. As hundreds of families flow into the Grand Hotel, check in and register, you can feel the heightened anticipation brewing as new members consistently make their way in. Of course, Day 1 will not compare to the rest of the week, for many people who have traveled from every corner of the country and even from around the world have not yet made their arrival.
I drove, and it was a long time. We've been almost a week getting here.
But what better way to kick off the festivities than with a social in the bar and then a fun-filled night of military tattoos? Now, I'm sure you're thinking, these guys are well beyond their military days by now, as the average soldier that served in Vietnam was just 22. And you also must be thinking, how much fun can these guys really have? Well, we beg to differ. Just see for yourself.
I'm just scared.
But it's not over yet. Next is the military tattoo. What can we expect there, you ask?
Obviously, self-explanatory.
I'm not getting a tattoo.
Yes, we are. We're trying to decide what part of our body we want the tattoo on.
Well, we'll find out if they're right soon. But now it's time to board the buses, ride downtown, and enjoy the night's festivities. The term military tattoo doesn't mean that you can expect a permanent marking on the body part of your choice. The actual meaning dates back to the 17th century when the British Army were fighting in the Low Countries, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Drummers from the garrison were sent out into the towns at 21:30 hours each evening to inform soldiers that it was time to return to the barracks. The process was known as do den tap toe and encouraged the innkeepers to turn off the taps, stop serving beer, and send the soldiers home for the night. The drummers continued to play until the curfew at 2200 hours. Tattoos were a commonplace in the late 1800s. Here in D.C., the Marines put on a free show every Friday night during the summer, and as you can see, hundreds of people come to enjoy the militant display of public affection. Over the years, the process became more of a show and often included the playing of the first post at 21:30 hours and the last post at 2200. Bands and displays were included, and shows were often conducted by floodlight or searchlight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony.
Well, that was awesome. We really appreciate the Marines for putting on this tattoo, and it was a first.
I was in the Marine Corps for 21 years, and I've gone through some of this, passing a review, and the rifle, and the parades. And, it does bring back memories, and they're very pleasant ones.
As the moon settled into the night sky, everyone boarded the buses and bid farewell to the Marines.